this entire war, which has lasted 32 days and counting now, sits on a razor's edge right now. As both Rajesh and Gaurav have told us, dead or alive, this man needs to be taken care of as far as Israel is concerned. But the question of the hostages continues to loom very large and influence everything going forward. I want to show you, viewer, on a map, the area that we're talking about. Now, this is Gaza. It's 41 kilometers long, remember. It's 12 kilometers wide at its, widest point, 6 kilometers wide in the northern areas. That is Gaza City. That's the location. That's the location where Yahya Sinwar is understood to be. Apparently hiding inside some kind of a bunker. There are no images, no pictures that have been put out of this, not even an official confirmation. But this is what sources are telling us is indeed the case. Now, Israel's defense minister has confirmed. He said that Yahya Sinwar is hiding in that bunker in Gaza City. It's being said that this bunker is 200 feet below the ground. So it is safe from the kind of bunker-busting munitions and bombs being dropped from Israeli fighter jets. Remember, the Hamas tunnel network, called the Gaza Metro, because of how proficiently it's been, created, runs under schools, hospitals, and residences. And what we've created here is just a visual depiction, not very far from the reality of what the Gaza Metro actually looks like. It's in this kind of a bunker, not the kind of mud bunker you're thinking of mentally, viewer. These are concretized, highly fabricated, highly advanced tunnels and bunkers where the Hamas leadership in Gaza might actually be hiding. So it's in a bunker of this kind that Yahya Sinwar could actually be. Rajesh, coming back to you on the Yahya Sinwar factor, the things that are being said about him so far, that he's maybe hiding inside a bunker, etc. What kind of effect would it have, Rajesh, if he is eliminated? Because I've been seeing reports also in the British press quoting some lower rung Hamas officials and terrorists saying that the leadership has abandoned us and they are completely in disarray. They're getting away with it. So if Israel is able to kill someone as senior as Yahya Sinwar, that would cause a lot of chaos within whatever remains of the organization. Isn't that true?
Very true, Shiv. That will happen. But you see, there are two other factors which needs to be considered. One is the information warfare, as we always talk in every war. Right now, all internet and telecommunication all over Gaza Strip has been cut off. They've been cut off from all kind of communication. Now, the lower cadres of Hamas are not aware what their higher commanders want. Even the radio communication has been jammed. So the communication between the higher top leadership and the lower cadre of Hamas is virtually zero right now. So when they receive news like this from news outlets that their higher leadership has abandoned them, it will affect their morale badly and it will affect their war effort in a big way. That is one factor. Second is about the depth of these bunkers. See, right now, IDF is using a bomb called daisy cutters, which they have used largely in Afghanistan as well, and bunker bursting bombs. They can go up to 60 to 70 meters under the ground and can destroy everything underground, only up to 60 to 70 meters. But as you said, that his bunker can be more than 100 meters down, then these bombs will be virtually ineffective on that. So IDF will have to perforce quickly into the headquarters, which is underground, and go to these depths in case they want to somehow extricate this man and neutralize him. Shiv.
This is just a symbol. What Gaurav and Rajesh have been reporting from Israel, I saw a bit of it too in some of those presentations, is the incredible, advanced techniques that Hamas has been offered by countries like Iran in the construction of such bunkers. These are not rabbit holes. These are actual metro-level bunkers and subterranean constructions that allow large-scale infrastructure, depots, storage areas, command and control centers, places with sensors, ground sensors, etc., giving the Hamas a kind of capability that is truly a nightmare as far as a ground invasion is concerned. Gaurav, before I come back to you, I want to remind our viewers that 32 days into this war, the three major faces of Hamas are still out there. Yahya Sinwar is the one we're talking about right now. He's the Gaza chief of the Hamas. He's the acting prime minister as well there, if you can even use such a word. He is reported to be in a bunker and surrounded by Israeli forces. The man in the middle is Ismail Haniyeh. He's the political chief of the Hamas. He's also the chairman of the Hamas. He's believed to be living a peaceful life in Qatar. And then you've got Khalid Mashal, who's the foreign affairs chief, also one of the most visible faces of the Hamas. He is also understood to be in Qatar. Gaurav, Yahya Sinwar in Gaza Strip, reportedly surrounded, hopefully surrounded. The other two, Ismail and Khalid, senior functionaries, chairman, foreign affairs chief, both hiding in Qatar. I'm sure they're not any longer in their penthouses. They must have gone into hiding in Qatar as well. But there is no information. The big elephant in the room, Gaurav, is Mohammed Daif, the guest, the terrorist known as the guest, elusive. People only whisper about him in Israel and the Gaza Strip. There's no information about him, Gaurav.
Shiv, you're absolutely right. Whether it is the butcher of Khan Yunus or Mohammed Daif, they've actually now gone underground, literally and figuratively. Post-October 7, when that worst terror attack was carried out in Israel, Israel has started a very massive counter-offensive, and they're systematically taking out the Hamas leadership. And not just these top commanders, their aim is the top commanders, including the political leadership, but it's also, for example, the terrorists who are building these rockets, making these rockets. One of those terrorists was neutralized just last night. 4 terrorists were neutralized in a synchronized air and ground operation where ground forces moved in. They lit up the target, and the F-15s came out with their precision-guided munition and took them out. And then ground operations then went in once again, retrieved even the bodies. So, Shiv, it's a very systematic operation. Some of the IDF officers you and I spoke to when we were in Israel said they had an entire list of who are the Hamas commanders. They have a hierarchy. They have the hierarchy, which is the anti-tank leadership, which is the rocket-making leadership, which is the information warfare leadership, and who are the cadres there. Who's handling the brigade in the north? Who's handling the brigade in the center? Who's handling the battalions in the south? So they have that entire hierarchy, and one by one, they're taking all of them out based on very specific intelligence they've been able to gather. Will they go down in the tunnels? Well, they're saying that's a tactical level military decision and they will not reveal it. But there are several ways. As soon as they have the hostages out, they could even flood the tunnels and ensure that these terrorists, meet a watery grave inside. But it's the hostages, they have to get them out first before they take that big step to ensure that the Gaza Strip is never used by Hamas again.
And remember, even flooding the tunnels will be a very, very difficult task to accomplish because there are, according to some estimates, about 300 kilometers of tunnels in the Gaza Strip. Where are these terrorists hiding? Which part of the tunnels are these terrorists hiding? Where are the hostages kept? Is there a risk to the hostages if the tunnels are flooded? Can the Israeli Defense Forces, guarantee the safety of all of those hostages? These are some of the most difficult questions facing the forces inside the Gaza Strip right now.